for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio for the masses. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Today's Tuesday, November 20th, 2018. 327 days into the new year. Just 38 days left, people. As always, we are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planet. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? It's Thanksgiving week, so how are you doing? How you doing? All right. So tonight is another Fadernight. Changing things up this week. Teresa Yannaris is not with us tonight. She's with her family for Thanksgiving. So this is the layout tonight. It is open lines all night long. Call-in numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. Now, we are taking tomorrow and Thursday off to celebrate Thanksgiving with our family, and I hope that you are doing the same. And get together, and whether it's friends or family or maybe even by yourself, man, just be thankful. That's what this week is all about, okay? Now, my family is back in the Midwest in Indianapolis, and so I wish everybody there, a happy Thanksgiving, and I know how my mom does it, and it's always spectacular. So, but we'll be spending it with our family out here, and Thursday, this is, believe it or not, oh man, I'm just going to say it like this. I love the normal Thanksgiving dinner. I don't like to go out too far, right? I expect certain things. I expect a nice big fresh turkey. I expect stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, stuffing. That's about it. That's what I want to see in front of me, right? Anything else that, that's just extra. And I may not even get to that because that's what, and I've got my way of doing things. And first off, no matter what goes on my plate, which is, usually mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, turkey, stuffing, and then I take all of that and gravy goes on the whole plate, right? Turkey gravy, all on everything, and then cranberry sauce on everything. I have to have cranberry sauce with my stuffing, with my turkey, with my mashed potatoes, and my string bean casserole, green bean casserole, string bean casserole. I gotta have gravy and cranberry sauce with that. And I don't know why it all goes together like it does, but that's me, right? So over the last 20 years, I have slowly introduced this into my beautiful family here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Thursday, and I just cannot wait. I cannot wait for it. So there you go. It's Thanksgiving week, and we're taking the next couple of days off. I'm spending tonight here with all of you. Let's hang out. And I did see a tweet from K28 earlier, and I agree with what he said. He said the theme tonight should be, what is the strange stuff on your table, right? So I just laid out Susie Q just said, there goes the diet. My diet is solid. I look good, huh? Do I look good? I look good. Lost a lot of weight. Fast Start Diet. The new promo code for Fast Start Diet, if you go to Amazon, I believe is Jimmy Talk. No spaces, Jimmy Talk. And you'll get all those discounts and free shipping. And I believe that's the way that is laid out. Jimmy Talk. Anyway, Fast Start Diet. I feel great. Man, quit smoking. Oh, geez. I did everything. This year, and I'm sticking to it, too. All right, where am I? Okay, so that's and I'm sure there's going to be some other stuff on the table, but that's the stuff that I expect. And, of course, pumpkin pie, right? And I also like peach cobbler, and that's a pretty good Thanksgiving dessert, too, as well, peach cobbler, if you're not going to do pumpkin pie, or do both, right? Do both. So there you go. It's Thanksgiving week. Now, again, we're taking the next couple of days off, so you guys just enjoy your time with friends and family on this, one of the great holidays all year long, where we can just sit back and look around and tabulate all of those things that we are thankful for. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. You can go now, follow, like, and subscribe. Just go to jimmychurchradio.com and take care of all of that. The sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. There's going to be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 tweets that are going to happen tonight during the show. Come and hang out with all of us. As always, I have Twitter, right up in front of me, and it is clicking by very quickly. Pecan pie with fresh whipped cream. Down with that. I am so down with that. We do pecan pie over at the house with fresh whipped cream probably every couple of months. I've got to have pecan pie. So it's not just a Thanksgiving thing, but there you go. All right. So, any strange things that you're putting on your table this year? We're going to have Ronnie McMullen from Life Change Tea joining us here in a few minutes. And I'm curious. I wonder what Ronnie has strange on his table, because I'm sure it's all the normal stuff, right? But, it's Ronnie. He's got to jump out of the box, right? So we'll find out. He'll be here in a few short minutes. You can also email Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. Okay, I got some breaking news. Let's get to all of this. And then at the bottom of the hour, we have scheduled a live report from Lima, Peru. And I'm checking on that now. William Galison is supposed to be joining us at the bottom of the hour for the live report on the press conference that was held down there. Okay, so that's coming up at the bottom of the hour, and then we'll switch over to your phone calls all night long. Breaking news, NASA has stated that it will conduct an extensive review of company culture at SpaceX after seeing that video of its CEO, Elon Musk, smoking weed and drinking on Joe Rogan's podcast. Now, I'm going to say this. NASA, if you are going to threaten that, then you need to go and do a company-wide drug test and review of company culture for NASA. I'm just wondering how many of your scientists do the, right? Puff, puff. Think about that. You better be very, very careful. Do you know how many people are nervous right now at NASA? Right? Think about that. Unbelievable. I want to remind everybody, come join us for the 2019 Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles at the LAX Hilton, because this year we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Chariots of the Gods with Eric Von Daniken, and I will be hosting the panel, the Ancient Aliens panel, with Eric, Linda Moulton Howe, Jason Martell, Billy Carson, and David Wilcock. And also, this year, George Norrie is going to be there, of course. Nassim Haramein, Robert Schock, Danny Brinkley, Grant Cameron, Julia Mossbridge, Teresa Yannaris, and 50 other speakers will be presenting at the 2019 Conscious Life Expo. All you have to do is go to ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and the full conference schedule, or just click on the CLE banner over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. And also, last night, we announced our new sponsor and builders of our new night vision goggles, Hoffman's Optics. All you have to do is go to Hoffman'sOptics.com or click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Give Alec Hoffman a call, and he will answer all of your questions. But you've got to go and see your very own green chrome balls. Last night I reported Bitcoin has totally tanked over the last 48 hours. And today, right before the show, it's down to around 4,300 ducks quacking in the pond. How low can it go? Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. It's just $2 per month. Go to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Click on that podcast banner. We have over 900 archive shows right there for just $2 a month. You can also become a Fadernaut over in our membership section, and it's all simple to do, where you can get commercial-free downloadable archives, get a private email to me, you get the bunker cam, and you can even get autographed shirts and hats and all of that stuff. And remember, those embroidered custom fade to black hats are only available on the Game Changers. That's it. We don't sell them. We don't give them away. Ask anybody that doesn't have one, because they've asked. There's only one way to get them. Go to the membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com. And don't forget, all of our sponsors here are how this show happens every single night, live at 7 p.m. Of course, Life Change Tea and Ancient Life Oil and New Manna and River Moon Coffee. These are Hoffman's Optics. These are the companies that support this show, and we use all of their products. Okay, so go and support this by clicking on all of their banners at JimmyChurchRadio.com. All right, let's get the show cracking really quick. Today, guitar god Joe Walsh is 71 years old. Unbelievable. Bo Derek today. Remember Bo? Bo Derek? Today, she is 62. And our dead guy's birthday today is Richard Dawson, 1932 to 2012, died at the age of 79. And yeah, we know him as the host of Family Feud, after being a regular on Rona Martin's Laugh-In, right? Okay, yeah, Hogan's Heroes, we get all of that. But he makes the cut for the 1987 documentary film, The Running Man. Dawson died at the age of 79 from cancer here in Los Angeles, and June 2nd, 2012, at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. I hope he's up there listening. Richard Dawson predicted the future. Happy birthday. On this day in history, OTD. 2003, I watched it live on television. Michael Jackson arrested here in California. That's right. Later acquitted, but nonetheless arrested on the same 2003. Fader fact. The elephant. Okay, here you go. I bet you didn't know this. The elephant is the only mammal that can't jump. And that is your Fader fact. Tonight, another Fader night, open lines all night long. We should have a live report coming up at the bottom of the hour from Lima, Peru on the Nazca Mummies. That's coming in 15 short minutes, followed by open lines all night long. It's Thanksgiving week here on Fade to Black, and I do want to remind everybody that we are taking tomorrow and Thursday off to celebrate Thanksgiving with our family. And now joining us on this wonderful evening is the one and only Ronnie McMullen from Life Change Tea. Ronnie, happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Happy Thanksgiving. How you doing, Jimmy?
I am too. It's Thanksgiving week. It's all good.
That's my favorite holiday.
It is. It's my favorite holiday too. It really is.
Over Christmas, I like Thanksgiving.
It's really weird for me because the holidays all rate up really high, right? Independence Day, right? Memorial Day, Labor Day. These are all, these are great holidays here. But Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, man, it doesn't get any better, man. All the way, October, all the way to the end of the year, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, Ronnie, what is the strangest thing that hits your table? Do you have a tradition on Thanksgiving? Do you guys do something crazy on your table?
No, but this year got a craziness.
What's that?
It's a truck with a turkey in the back.
Say what? Are you serious?
It's a truck with a turkey in the back.
All right, explain, my friend. Explain.
It's like this little truck car, it's like 12, 14 inches. And then it's got this turkey in the back. And so I noticed it new this year. So I was like, what's that? So yeah, that's our, I don't know if it's going to become tradition, but it is on the table this year.
I don't even know what you are saying. It's a model truck, or is it?
Yeah, it's
is
like
it
one of those little metal trucks that you see at the store. A little old-fashioned looking truck.
Right.
Except that instead of the Christmas tree in the back that you kind of traditionally see.
Right.
It's a turkey.
And is it the cooked turkey? Is it like a turkey plate?
It's like a live turkey.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It is what it is, man. You asked.
I was picturing your wife in the kitchen with a model truck, taking the turkey out of the oven and then plopping that on the back of the truck and putting that in the middle of the table. Hey, that's a good idea.
There it is.
Hey,
imagination goes wild.
We just knocked it out of the park. This is the United States of America. Do you know how many?
At least for another week.
Yeah, I know, right? Do you know how many tables in America would grace their table with a pickup truck, with a as the platter, as the cutting, and then you could cut. Wow, you could have power tools. Plug them into the truck.
Your imagination is on steroids.
Plug them into the truck. So, do you guys go straight traditional then? Is that what you're saying with the food?
Yeah, we pretty much. I mean, we do the turkey, the stuffing. Yeah, we do. I'd say it's pretty. And then my wife makes a killer pumpkin pie. And I don't like pumpkin pie.
Right.
I don't like it. And she just knocks it out of the park. We don't cheat. We have it once a year. We don't do Christmas. We don't do anything during the year. And by the time it's Thanksgiving, I'm craving my wife's pumpkin pie.
I don't do pumpkin pie. I don't think anybody does, right?
You would in my wife's. But
what I mean is
pie. You buy pumpkin pie at Costco or anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, what I mean is all year long you don't do pumpkin pie. You just do pumpkin pie.
Weird.
It's only on Thanksgiving and it tastes great.
Yeah. Lots of whipped cream.
With lots of. I cannot do it straight. No, I can't do it straight.
Nah, I got to have the whipped cream.
Now, we're running your new holiday commercial, and thank you for that. Tell us about it.
Well, the holidays are here, and we start the year's biggest sale every Black Friday. And as always, we're doing it again, except this one will be the biggest yet. So we're really excited about it. Can't really tell you the particulars, but I can tell you if you go to getthetea.com, on Friday, you're going to be amazed. It's going to be great.
Go ahead. Continue.
And then we just have our sales on right now, which is Allison and Tea. So that's a really good thing. But like I said, when it comes to Friday, yeehaw, it's going to be some good stuff. And we have some new products too, by the way. We have Minerals Plus, which is pretty new and which is really, really out of the park type. It's got vitamin E, vitamin D3, which is usually we're depleted on that. It's got calcium, potassium, magnesium, 72 trace minerals. I mean, this thing's loaded. And so it makes you, definitely get the energy.
Now,
and then for those people that are going to struggle this this year with glucose levels, we have a new product. We had Takedown Tea,
right?
But we also have Takedown Pills. And they do a great job. And the suits are listening, so I won't say too much more, but it's definitely worth your while if you want to try to balance glucose.
I read the other day, now check this out, that 9 out of 10 people in the United States are seriously potassium short, like critical levels of potassium short. And I read that, and trying to battle this, what's the deal with that? So the Minerals Plus has potassium.
Yes, and it has calcium, it has magnesium, and then it has 72 trace minerals, vitamin E and D3, and E is really important too. Especially for if you're looking for skin and hair, nails. We're deficient. Period. Just look at it that way. We as people are deficient because we're being fed crap. And, you can't run around with your organic monitor all the time. Okay, you go out to eat. Is that organic? You start offending people. Mm-hmm. And 90% of the food in the retail is not organic. I mean, you've got to go to some. And then if you do go to an organic place, sometimes they don't know how to do it right. So it tastes like you went and had to an alfalfa farm or something, So it's hard. And meanwhile, if all the regular food, the real good food that you like to eat, the burgers and the burritos and so on and so forth, they have GMOs in them all the time, which is changing our DNA and RNA, which means our body stops functioning. I mean, look how many people have diabetes today versus 20 years ago. And is it all because, it's all because we drink too many Cokes. It's all because we drink too much pie, eat too much pie. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I used to be a sweet hound and never had diabetes. Never. So it's a breakdown of being poisoned to death. And we're paying the price now. And they're filling the lines at the urgent care. So long and the short of it is you got to eat the good stuff, GMO-free and organic. And that's what my products are.
I was looking at, this was today. I'm not making this up. This is today, International Business Times, right? Listen to these. These are the headlines. 2 ground beef recalls for E. coli contamination. That's one. The headlines. Chicken thighs recalled for undeclared allergen, right? What was romaine lettuce?
Romaine lettuce just got nailed.
Yeah, it just got nailed all at the same time. And I was at the market. This was last month, and I remember telling Rita about this. I'm at the market, and there is a kid there with his mom. And he is literally yelling at his mom as she's putting stuff in the cart. We're in the vegetable section. And, Mom, organic only. I cannot eat regular vegetables and fruits. It's got to be organic. And now normally I would go, man, that kid needs to get cracked, right? And talking to his mom like that. My shopping cart, when I shop, everything is organic now. Everything. It has everything. I don't care what it is. Everything that goes into our shopping cart is organic. And I heard that kid loud and clear, and I was happy that he was speaking to his mom that way. Yeah. And I came home and I told Rita, I was like, hey, normally, and this kid was like 10. Right? He was 10. He had long hair, too. He had a Metallica T-shirt on. I love that. But anyway, going off, and, it's about respecting your elders. But in this case, it's about your parents respecting the kids, and it was.
And I think it's so important, too, that when we're buying our organics, let's not forget our meat, because if you're buying beef and you're not buying grass-fed, and very important, this grass-fed thing, it's not just a new kinky kick.
Right.
The reason it's grass-fed is because if it's not grass-fed, it's corn-fed. And of course, the Midwesterners, corn-fed beef is the best. It's so good. Well, yeah, it's so full of GMOs that it's wreaking havoc. So always make sure if you spend the extra money, and that's what's really sad, that we as a people in this world are spending so much extra money because of corporate to get something that's not poisonous. Something's really wrong with that picture. Oh, yeah, can I pay more, please, so I'm not poisoned?
Right.
I know you got this over here on sale, and that will poison me, but I really don't feel like being poisoned this weekend, so can you give me the good stuff?
Right.
We don't even think of it that way, but that's really the truth of it. We're being poisoned, and we're paying to be poisoned, okay? And we have to pay more to not be poisoned. What is wrong with this world?
Yeah, I know. It's fascinating to me. And I would have never, 10 years ago, I was on a different path in life and a different mindset, and I ignored a lot of this. I just did. I thought I was Superman and I would live forever. Because of you and what you have done for myself and my family and those around me, the changes in our lives are just insane. And I want to thank you for that. I have stuck to it, and the changes and how I feel, how I look, how I think, and how I wake up in the morning and go to sleep at night. It's because of you, Ronnie, and your great company. And I'm not kidding about that. So I'm thankful for a lot of things, but I'm really thankful for our relationship and friendship and what you've done for my family, myself, and this audience. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that, and thank you. It's kind of cool. We've been together for years now.
Yeah, I know.
It's not just months; it's like years now.
It's and you know what? We're stuck with each other. So there.
Yeah, we are. We are. I have to give you heck once in a while. You give me heck. But yeah, no, it's the truth. But that's a good thing, and and it's really cool too. I was able to bring Ancient Life Oil towards the table with your radio show, which is a no-brainer, home run hitter. How people feel better, and we will have a special on Friday for that too. Unfortunately, it can't be as big a special because there's just unfortunately no money in it because of the suits.
Yeah, is there a promo code for this Black Friday?
No, you just go and get.
Okay, and get.
Make it really easy. You just go and get.
Okay.
You can get. I think you can get. Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm knowing. You can get free shipping by your code.
Okay, so they get the special, and they still get free shipping with our code.
Correct.
Which is Fader, Fader.
Absolutely.
Ronnie?
So that's a cool thing. But I really love the Ancient Life Oil. I use it all the time. But that is such a beautiful product, and of course the tea. So I'm kind of surrounded by good stuff, and so I guess that's why I get so torqued at going to the store and paying not to be poisoned.
I know.
There's something wrong there.
I know. Every night before I go to bed, Ancient Life Oil. It's just I am in this pattern, and I'm not gonna break it. Have a great, safe, wonderful, beautiful, awesome Thanksgiving, Ronnie. You and your family, and just do everything correct. Thank you so much.
You too, brother, and don't forget you're the big kahuna of radio.
I'll talk to you. Thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie McMullen, Life Change Tea. So the big special kicks off this Friday. Just go to, you can go to Life Change Tea, of course, getthetea.com or Ancient Life Oil. All right. All of this kicks off this Friday. Thank you, Ronnie. The very best. This is Fade to Black. Okay, when I come back, our live report from Lima, Peru will be here. And I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. It's Thanksgiving week. It's Fadernight. It's all good around here. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's a holiday season with hope in the air. Things to look forward to and no time for despair. Health can be a challenge, and so can the mail. So Get the Tea wants to help you by giving you a sale. Buy 2 months of Super Tea and get 1 month for free. No limit. That's buy 2 months of Super Tea and get 1 month free. That's a savings of $35. Where? GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. Scroll down on the front page and find the Buy 2, Get 1 free ad. Click it and save. Orders over $100 get free shipping. Send the gift of life. Change tea at GetTheTea.com. We have many non-GMO organic supplements just waiting for you. This holiday season, enjoy health and Thanksgiving with GetTheTea.com. Want to call us? 928-308-0408. That's 928-308-0408. GetTheTea.com is a proud sponsor of doing what's right. That's GetTheTea.com.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the planet.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find Fast Start Diet on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code TALK to get 10% off your first box. And as a special bonus, Fast Start will include their #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. This is Jimmy Church. And whatever your diet plans are, do what I did. Go to faststartdiet.com.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Tuesday night. I almost said Thursday. It's Tuesday night. It's Fadernight tonight. We're going to open up the phone lines at the top of the hour. It's Thanksgiving week, and we're going to be taking off the next couple of days to spend our Thanksgiving with our family, and I hope that you do the same and enjoy yourselves and be thankful. So there you go. We're going to open up the phone lines at the top of the hour. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. You can also follow me on Twitter @jchurchradio. And there you go. Now, big press conference that just went down in Lima, Peru, about the Nazca Mummies. And so joining us now is William Galison, live from Lima. William, are you there?
I am indeed, and actually I'm in Cusco, not Lima, but I was in Lima yesterday, and that's where the conference was, at the Congressional Palace.
Welcome to Fade to Black, and I'm glad that...
hey, thank you, man.
Yeah, technology has put us together, halfway across the world. So there you go.
Yeah, amazing.
Now, William, you've been following this, and you and I have been in touch constantly over the last year about the Nazca Mummies.
Yeah.
And yesterday, was a big day down there. And so take us through it. First off, for everybody, who was presenting at the press conference?
Okay, who was presenting? The press conference was requested by a Peruvian congressman named Armando Villanueva. He represents the Cusco area, which is not far from the Nazca, where these bodies were found. And Thierry Jamin, who is really at the core of this investigation, got in touch with Armando and told him about these discoveries. Armando realized the significance of them. He was somewhat skeptical, as any person would be when first hearing about something so extraordinary.
Sure.
And he wanted to learn more. He became more and more convinced, and he finally wanted to have a hearing, essentially, where experts would come in from all over the world and talk about whether this was an authentic find, validate it, so that he can go ahead and make a bill which would protect and preserve and make these bodies available for study from the international community. At the moment, they're a kind of contraband. Nobody knows if they're, the public doesn't know, and the state doesn't know if they're illegally held human remains or frauds made out of animal bones or any of the other stories that people have been promoting against the reality of these things. But in fact, as I will discuss tonight, they are very, very real, which now Armando was entirely on board on that himself. And he wanted to put all this data and information on record. So everything was videoed from about 1,000 different angles. And a lot of charts and DNA results, and especially ultra-high definition scans were shown. And this will be presented over the following period of time to other members of Congress.
And okay, now that's a pretty extraordinary step. Now this is for the first time that I know of that the Peruvian government is now directly involved.
Well, it is. Yes, it is mostly being spearheaded by this one very brave and I must say very impressive man, Villanueva, and he wants to convince his colleagues that this is something of great importance to Peru. And I think one of the things that was made clear to him, not only at the press conference, but we met with him quite a bit at the hotel and around the conference, was how important this could be for Peru as a nation, and indeed for the whole world. But Peru being the center of a story this huge could obviously make a difference for the country and its fortunes.
Now, what kind of press showed up? Was television there and the local journalist?
Well, Jimmy, would it be appropriate for me to give a brief background of the story of what we're talking about here, or do we not?
Okay. Give me 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay. There is a gentleman named Thierry Jamin who lives in Peru. He's a French explorer, historian, and an expert on Peruvian history and culture. He's very interested in the origins of the Inca culture. He's not a ufologist. He had no particular interest in the metaphysical or the weird. And one day he was at his institute in Cusco, and there was a knock on the door. A gentleman came in and gave him some articles, which were some objects, which were confounding at least. And they turned out to be, I'll make the story short. Over the following days, he was given several bodies, complete bodies, and some
Oh, no. Here we go. Are you there, William? William, are you there? Man. Okay, I'm just going to hold off on that and wait for William to call back. Okay, let's just go. Let's just go live. Hi, you're live on Faded Black. Who's calling?
It's Christopher from Phoenix.
Hi, Christopher from Phoenix. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm sorry that you're going through all those issues there with the phone call and all that from Peru. I just wanted to say just a quick thing, and I'll let you go, but 3 things I know have happened on this planet that people don't want to really examine, and that are the skulls from Paracas.
Okay, can you do me a favor, Chris, and take me off a speakerphone?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was in a smaller room there. Is that better?
Okay, so what was that now?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to tell you, a lot of people don't talk about this other than in your field, but the Paracas skulls are abnormal. They talk about something, they show us something that is not natural to what we know of as being on planet Earth. 2, these pyramids that are around the whole planet, whether it's, Russia or China or Mexico or Egypt. And 3, cattle mutilations. That stuff is really happening, and no one has an answer to all 3 of those things. And they mean something a lot bigger than just what some people think is woo-woo or ghost stories or some sort of thing. These are real things that are happening and that have happened and that aren't being addressed by the mainstream. So anyways, I'm glad you're doing the show tonight. I hope maybe you got your call back.
Yeah, it's coming in now, so I'll take care of that. But you're absolutely, thank you for the phone call, Chris, and happy Thanksgiving. But he's absolutely right. The mainstream media isn't covering this. I lost William again. He was here. William, are you there?
I am, Jimmy. Can you hear me?
Okay, so yes. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. We're going to run out of time.
Okay. So he gets these bodies and body parts, and basically they represent 3 species. They're all... some of them, and about 10 of these have been found. They were small, about 2 foot tall humanoid beings with reptile-like characteristics. One of them has 3 eggs in its abdomen. Mm-hmm. They have reptile-like skin. They're human in their basic body plan. The other one there were 2 others which were larger human-like bodies. One which was a female, which approximately 40 to 45 years old when she died, and she died about 2,000 years ago, 1,850 years ago. They called her Maria. And there was an infant, which appeared to be an infant version of this Maria, but this particular mummy has presented some issues. It looked like she might have been manipulated, in fact, at some point, whether 600 years ago or recent, we don't know. So Maria has been shown to be absolutely authentic. And then there was a number of disembodied hands and disembodied skulls, which didn't match either of the other 2. So it seems like there's 3 or 4 different species, all mummified, all found in roughly the same place. And so that's puzzling in itself. Are you there?
Yes, I'm listening.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. So let me tell you about this hearing. You asked me who was in attendance. It's a great question. There were 2 geneticists. There was a structural biologist, a medical imaging expert, a medical doctor or 2, a bioinformatician, which I don't even quite know what they do, but they understand how to interpret and validate information, DNA information, et cetera, and a forensic pathologist. And these people came from Russia, from Switzerland, from Mexico, and I believe there may have been there were some Peruvians as well. So there were probably 10 or 8 or 10 experts, people whose livelihoods regard this kind of work. It's a very good team. And let me tell you what was new. Basically, the information that was given was tomography, which is also known as CAT scan, and DNA information. Are you there, Jimmy?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Just amen me every once in a while so I know I'm still there.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, good. So the tomography, which we also call CAT scan, what was extraordinary about this, and to me the most compelling thing of all, was that they had, I guess, millions of terabytes or hundreds of terabytes of CAT scans of these incredible images, which have very, very high resolution. They're basically medical quality, so about 300 slices per inch. If you can imagine, if your listeners know how what a CAT scan looks like, it's like it slices the body into, like you would slice a piece of bread, a loaf of bread, and you can look at every layer in 3D.
Right.
And it's about 300 per inch. So this gives an extraordinarily detailed, high-resolution look at every little detail in the body, internal and external. So it's quite fantastic. And then they can color it so that you can see what is bone and what was soft tissue. Of course, everything's mummified, but they have different densities, and this technique can show you what was what. So you can see what was a muscle, what was an organ, what was a bone, and it's very, very dramatic. Now, but I should say that all of this data is is online now, which is amazing. And there are two websites which I would like to give to your people. So I know I'm rushing because I know we're running out of time here. But one of them is www.nuria.tv, and Nuria is spelled Nurea. And there were some representatives from Nuria there who did really good work in videotaping all the documentation. I mean, all the experts, and also they put up on their website all of the what would you call it? The graphics, so that the senator, the congressman, and everybody else was looking at, and the journalists were looking at. All this will be on their website. Is on their website. Unfortunately, the conference was in Spanish. Nuria has a translation in French, and they are working on an English translation. So your listeners could, if they come back in a few days or a week, they'll be able to find it in English. And there's a whole lot of information.
Okay, William, I've got about 2 minutes left here before the break. What, as far as new information, is there new DNA testing results that were presented? What is going on?
Yeah.
What is going on with Maria and the other claims of the other bodies, being put together with animal parts and skin and sewn together?
Okay. Frankenstein mummies.
Yeah. No, let's get to it.
Frankenstein mummies. What all this data did, especially tomography, and I tell you, I can speak much more about the images and the tomography than I can about the DNA, because DNA is really complicated stuff, and I don't want to go into a place which I can't, which I don't have a full grasp of. I can tell you that the DNA was found to be vastly different from human DNA, not matching anything in either the small or the large bodies. But apart from that, I'll tell you about the tomography. One of the small bodies were, what the tomography showed without a scintilla of doubt was that there was no manipulation to Maria. Nothing was cut, nothing was altered, nothing was added. It is a genuine body. And that's the kind of thing that a CAT scan that lights up like a Christmas tree on a CAT scan if something is cut, if something is fractured, if something is joined. And it's absolutely a whole entire
okay, so to be clear here, so the hands, the three-fingered hands, and the feet, the three-finger, those were not manipulated. That is
they were not
100% natural.
Yes. 100% natural, 100% the way they were when she died.
Wow.
Now, I should add that the baby, Wawita, in contrast, which actually was, instead of being 850 years old, was actually only 600 years old, they did find signs of manipulation on that mummy. And that gives them an indicator of what any manipulation would look like, and it absolutely did not occur on Maria. So it's there's so many enigmas, so many things in this story that just don't make any sense. And by the way, if by any chance you'd like me to continue past the hour, I'm happy to do that, or answer questions if that makes any sense, since we lost time. But if not, we can discuss it. We can talk later. Another very interesting thing, fascinating thing about the smaller bodies was that they have hollow bones. Hollow bones in the sense that birds have hollow bones, and in the sense that dinosaurs had hollow bones. And no other animal on Earth has hollow bones. I should add, we have hollow bones in the sense that they have soft tissue marrow inside them. Birds have air pockets in their bones, and that's what these have. So the bones could not have been taken from any other animal.
Wow.
Besides a bird, but these bones are clearly not bird bones. And other things, this new tomography, these new CAT scans showed some extraordinary things. One of them was a reproductive system which has never been seen in any other living creature. It is in my understanding, which is not perfect, there were eggs found in one of the bodies, 3 eggs, and now with this new tomography, they find that there is an oviduct and a vagina and the whole reproductive package. And it appears that the way these things reproduced was that the eggs would actually hatch in the body, and the offspring would be born live.
Wow!
If you understand, so
yes,
kind of a strange mixture of a reptilian, bird-like physiology and more like a mammalian one. So that's really bizarre, and they were very, very impressed by that. And they even saw there were these 3 eggs inside of one of the bodies called Josephina, and they could even see in the uterus a 4th egg being formed. It's only 2 millimeters wide, but that's what this kind of viewing can see. So these are not things that were stuck in there. Here's an egg clinging onto the uterine wall, which is only 2 millimeters in diameter. It's the formation of an egg in this reproductive system. And the digestive system, these things have no jaw. They have a little flap, and they were able to figure out that the only kind of way of ingesting food was a kind of a suction, and they can see how the suction works. Jimmy, it's the weirdest thing you've ever heard of. It raises so many questions, and one of the things that these people have done with great discipline is they're not jumping to any conclusions. They're just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah, just trying to figure it out. Well, William,
and this is just the beginning, Jimmy. There's so much more work to be done.
Well,
and the important thing is that the Peruvian government protect these things so that can happen.
Yeah, and I hope they protect the sites too as well. And so, William, this is what I want to do next week. We'll get you back on the show, and we'll get into some more detail on all of this.
Wonderful.
In the meantime, safe travels back to the States. And I don't know if you're
happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to celebrate Thanksgiving in Peru, but if you do, have a good one, okay?
Okay. Thanks a lot, my friend.
Thank you so much, William. Very important stuff going down right now in Lima, Peru. He's reporting live from Cusco. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. Thank you, William. Great stuff. Man. Okay. All right, let's go to Fadernight. Open lines all night long after this short break. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Unbelievable. What do you think about that? I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Come join us for the 2019 Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles at the LAX Hilton. This year, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Chariots of the Gods with Eric Von Daniken, and I'll be hosting the panel with Eric, Linda Moulton Howe, Jason Martell, Billy Carson, and David Wilcock. Join George Norrie, Nassim Haramain, Robert Schock, Daniel Brinkley, Grant Cameron, Julia Mossbridge, Teresa Yannaris, and another 50 speakers who will be presenting at the 2019 Conscious Life Expo. Just go to ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and a full conference schedule, or click on the CLE banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
Folks, this is very important information. What's to be said about CBD? AncientLifeOil.com. Our CBD is made from hemp and has 0.003 THC, which means this wonderful product won't get you high, no matter what amount you take. What does CBD do for the body? My hands are tied. But you can Google CBD benefits and be astounded. When you're finished reading, you'll want to log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. And purchase. Life is good when you feel good. People are tired of pain. People are asking for non-GMO organic products to help them with, you fill in the blank. Legal in 49 states, and again, our CBD is made from hemp. Ancient Life Oil is about helping people one by one by one. If you wonder how good the product is, the CEO takes it every day without miss. AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Have a great day.
Listening to my main man Jimmy Church on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. Yes. We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
Reclaim your active lifestyle with Angioprim. Angioprim is the original liquid oral chelation supplement. Chelation helps remove toxins, heavy metals, and cholesterol in your veins and arteries that can cause blockages. Scientific research proves the active ingredient in Angioprim has superior oral chelation action that helps promote cardiovascular health. Find out more. Go to angioprim.com. Talk to a trained consultant by calling Angioprim toll-free 877-882-7221.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hey, it's Grace. Can we talk about something serious for a minute? Your age. Getting old has its perks. But remember, being a few years younger, you know, your hair was thicker, you didn't have so many wrinkles, that extra weight wasn't haunting you, and you just felt better. Well, we can't turn back the clocks and go back 10 or 15 years, but you can start feeling and looking 10 or 15 years younger with Nature's Youth RSF. It's a doctor-formulated daily supplement that helps your body maintain its peak performance and fight the aging process. Imagine sleeping better, looking better, and feeling better. See how Nature's Youth RSF has helped thousands of people just like you at nature'syouth.com. nature'syouth.com. Imagine how it will feel when your family and friends are asking you what you did to look so good. Your secret will be Nature's Youth RSF. It's time to start looking better and feeling better. Learn more and order your Nature's Youth RSF at nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black, Tuesday night, Fader night. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And if you're spending your evening with us here, I am very thankful for that. Very interesting. William Galison live from Cusco, Peru, about the press conference that was just held down in Lima about the Nazca Mummies. And I was just over at Nuria TV, too, as well. You can translate that page. I will check out the videos. I'm assuming that they will all be in Spanish. But nonetheless, it is Nuria TV. There you go, Nuria.tv, and you can go and check that out, too. All right, so right before the break, I had a caller on hold, and let's go back to it. What was your name again?
My name's Eddie Enochian.
Hey, Eddie, how are you?
Good. So now I figured it's finally time to disclose to the world who I am, and I'm 38 years old, and from Massachusetts. To cut to the chase, I'm a hybrid, and I know it sounds crazy just coming straight out and saying it, but if you hear the story, everything makes sense. So in 1979, my parents were abducted in the White Mountain cabins of New Hampshire. They heard wooing noises and stuff on their honeymoon, and they couldn't figure out what the noise was coming from. My dad checked the chimney, see if there was wind or anything, and they couldn't figure it out. So they wake up in the morning, they have a bite to eat, they go back to bed. In some reason, they don't wake up for exactly 12 hours later. They wake up and they felt disoriented, it's pitch black out, and they go outside the cabin and they see a UFO whiz off and take off. Now, they were Jehovah's Witnesses at the time. They didn't believe in this type of stuff at all.
Right.
So they packed up their stuff and they went to one of the Kingdom Halls of Jehovah's Witnesses and prayed. And so shortly after that, my mom was pregnant and she had a miscarriage, and she told me the exact words from her doctor was, "I don't know what's in you, but whatever's in you is coming out." And she miscarried. Now, right after that, the following year, November, I was born. I was born breech. And my mother's a redhead with green eyes, which is a pretty common, I've researched for abductees. And I've always known I'm not from here. And my last name is Enochian. I'm sure you're familiar with the Enochian language and everything.
Sure.
Yeah, so I told my mom at 9 years old that, Mom, I know I'm not from here, and which was hard for me to do because I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. You're not supposed to believe in this type of stuff. So I told her I don't think I'm from here, and I'm here to save your life, and I'm part of a big project here on Earth. Now this kind of like took her back, and she was like, "Okay, honey," and so 10 years goes by, and my mom gets acute respiratory disease, the SARS virus, it's like that. And she flatlined 3 times. She was put on full life support at Boston Hospital. It was New England Medical. It's now Tufts. She was in a coma for 9 days. And I was like, oh, my goodness, this is the time where I have to heal her. So I went into the room, and I put my hands on her chest. And I was like, all right, Mom, I don't know what's going to happen, but by the time I walk out of this room, you're going to be all better. And so all of a sudden, it felt like I got electrocuted, but it came through the top of my head, down in through my hands and into her. All the machines start going crazy, and I was just like, what the hell just happened? And I gave her a kiss, walked out. I started coughing up all this phlegmy stuff, like puking it up in the sink. And a couple hours later, my mom's sitting up in a chair, completely healed of the disease. Doctors have no explanation on how she got better, and she had to learn how to walk and write and everything again, but the disease was gone, and I coughed it all up, and my hair fell out on the top of my head. And I'm the only one bald in my whole family now. So, I mean, it's taken a lot of guts for me to come forward. I've talked to psychologists through my whole life trying to figure out things. And in 2014, on September 23rd, I was working as a building maintenance guy, not thinking about anything. I was never even into the extraterrestrial phenomenon. I knew I was different, but I didn't know from what. And I'm also a telepath. Like, I can hear people's thoughts. It's like if they're thinking something, I can carry on right what they're thinking without even, like, trying to. I just think they're talking out loud, and it freaks people out all the time. And so in 2014, around 10 a.m. on the 23rd, I all of a sudden got this weird telepathic message, and I immediately knew it was from an extraterrestrial intelligence source. Like, they just let me know that without even like any hesitation. And I was really freaked out, and so I was like, all right, I'm just going to listen to this. And they told me I'm from them, and they gave me this whole message about life and about the pyramids and how they've been here and they've evolved mankind. And like this message, it felt like I got plugged into the Matrix. And so I'm listening to all this, and I can't communicate with it, just hear it. So I call my mom up, and I'm telling her, Mom, there's this weird message I'm getting. I think it's from extraterrestrials, and they're telling me everything about life, where I came from, what's going to happen in the future. And as soon as the message ended, I won't go into detail on the phone what the message is, and all the alarms go off in the building as soon as the message ended. And the only time the alarm stopped is the second I opened the door to step outside. All the alarms immediately shut off. And a couple of guys are walking by and asking me if I was testing the alarms, which I replied, nope, I wasn't. So I explained to one of the guys what just happened to me. And all these birds circle over us and start dropping acorns all around us. And it was just unreal thing, but I'm willing to take lie detector tests or anything to prove that everything I'm saying is 100% factual, and I figured I'd go on the radio and talk to you about it.
Have you made contact?
So the contact was only that one time on September 23rd at 10 a.m. is when they told me that I'm from them, and that's where I get my abilities. Like, I can touch someone, and it feels like you're putting my finger in a light socket, and it's like this electricity thing. I can heal people instantly, and I've also knocked someone out. There was a fight at a grocery store one day, and I saw it, and this guy was beating up his mother, and so he was about to make a run for it. Now, I'm a very intelligent person. I'm a former Homeland Security officer. I use both hemispheres of my brain. I can write with both hands. So I saw this guy, and I was like, I'm going to have to stop this guy. And I didn't want to hurt him. So I said, sir, you're going to have to wait until the police come. You're getting arrested for what you just did. And I grabbed him. And when I grabbed him, this electric burst came out of me and knocked the guy out cold until the police came, and then they smacked him around to wake him up. I didn't punch him or anything. I just brought him to the ground. And
wow.
I felt this weird energy burst come out of me. And, I mean, I've tried to come out in the past, and I've had certain people tell me not to for fear of my safety, but I know that this is a time that I have to tell the people that, yes, there's hybrids out there. I try not to be any different than anybody else, but I can't live life normally anymore. And it's gotten to a point where I have to tell the world who I am.
What do your parents say? What does your mom say about this?
My mom, she vouched well, because she was the abductee, and she knows that I'm a hybrid, and she's seen the abilities that I have, and so she's just waiting for whatever happens to happen for the future for what I told her, and she tells everyone my son's very gifted and special, and anyone that meets me firsthand, I can show them firsthand like my abilities and who I am. I've gone to psychics, and I've sat in the back of the room, and they pointed me out in the back of the room, like, all right, you over there, I don't know who you are, but you're not from here. They just know it, and I'm different, and it's hereditary. So my kids have it, and I've had to go to my kids' school, tell them that I'm different. I've had to go to their doctors, telling them we're different, because they all know that there's just something not normal with us, like the way we think and the way we are. And it's time for everyone to know that we're out there, and I'm willing to take any test to prove my authenticity of who I am.
Do you have communication with whoever your parents are?
Oh yeah. So my dad, he chooses to.
No, I mean I'm talking about the ET side.
Oh, so no, so that's the frustrating thing. I only got that one communication on that day on 2014, and that was it. I've tried to reach out a gazillion times since that one day, and they gave me a timeline of when things are unfolding, and right now it's spot on. And I made a video of it at the time explaining the timeline, and they told me about 2016 a shift is going to start. You're going to see more awakening of consciousness. In 2017, you're going to see more disclosure of planets and all this stuff. And I'm seeing all this stuff on the news, and it's blowing my mind away. And I told my mom, like, Mom, look, there's another news article that I told you years ago that's going to happen on this date, and it's happening. And it's just like unreal to me right now. And I'm at a point in life where I've done everything for work. I can do anything because I use both hemispheres of my brain. It's easy for me to pick up on anything to do for work. Right now, I'm a fine cuisine chef. Before I was a federal officer, I've been a window cleaner. I can do anything, but nothing sits with me. Like, I've done Reiki healing on people, and they say whatever I'm doing is stronger than Reiki. They just call it Enochian healing magic because they don't know what comes out of me. This woman had a stroke, and she couldn't walk, and so this woman that I work with sent me to her. I put my hands on her. Less than an hour later, I feel that weird electricity come out of me. She jumps off the table and she walks a mile a day unassisted with a cane. Like, this is stuff that should not be hidden from the public anymore, and I just want to come out and tell everyone about it.
Well, Eddie, what about and this is pretty amazing stuff, and I want to thank you for the phone call. But what about your? Yeah, it's okay, Eddie. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Yeah. What about blood?
So I do not know my blood type. I don't go to doctors. I don't need to. I can fix myself on anything, and this ability is something I think everybody can eventually have. But I don't go to doctors. I don't get sick.
Well, you should get your blood tested. You need to find out. And the other thing is, what about DNA testing? Just go to Ancestry.com. You know what I mean? Do a quick.
I've all thought about that at the same time. So last year I went to Arizona, and I was going to talk to the Hopi tribe about who I was. And this is why I was so reluctant even making this phone call, because the night I was in Arizona, I stayed at my uncle's house. 2 a.m, I wake up, and there's a gentleman, and I can go under a lie detector on this. There's a gentleman at the foot of the bed with a black hat on, black suit, no facial hair, staring at me. And I just froze, and I was like, what the hell is this? And so I just tried to, put myself in the tower of light, of energy, because they were trying to talk to me telepathically. And I'm trying to ignore what I'm seeing in front of me. I'm like, all right, I'm dreaming this. I wake up, I try to open my eyes more, and I'm like, all right, and he's still there. So I ignore it, and I turn to one side, to the right. There's another gentleman with a black suit and hat to the right side of the bed. So I was like, what the hell's going on here? So I looked to the left, and I had 3 of them, one at the end of the bed, and both on sides. And I couldn't move. I was frozen. And they were telling me to keep my mouth shut telepathically. Now, meanwhile, I'm in this bedroom. I hear my uncle outside the bedroom walking around. He thought someone was in the house trying to break in. He knew someone was there. And I couldn't even yell out to him to ask for help. I was frozen. And that lasted, I think, for like an hour. And then all of a sudden they just disappeared. I'm not saying that they're men in black. I don't know what it was. It was some type of energy, but I saw the hat and the suit, but they had no facial hair, and they only talked to me telepathically.
What did they say?
They were telling me to keep my mouth shut. That's all. That they were like pushing me around. Like it was like I felt like I was getting like tortured for like an hour, and they were just telling me, do not tell who you are, do not say anything, keep your mouth shut. And that's all I remember hearing. Cause I faded out during this whole thing, because I was pretty scared, and I didn't know what to do. So I just put myself in a bubble and just took the torment for like an hour until they disappeared.
Have you had any contact with any other hybrids?
So I have. I've been reaching out to a couple other researchers. I've been talking to people from all over the world for years, there's a guy named Luigi Benatelli out of Canada, and he interviewed another hybrid. And I've been talking to him throughout the years. I'm trying to meet other ones, but there's certain people I can meet, and we know we're hybrids because we can communicate telepathically. And I've met people, and as soon as we meet them, we get like this weird electric charge with each other.
Right.
And,
right.
It's strange, but I'm willing to put myself out there now just to show my abilities that this is something that's real. I'm not just any whack job that says, "Oh, I'm a hybrid." No, I actually have abilities. I can show people that this is real stuff.
Eddie, are you on Twitter?
I've been trying to reach out to you for some time. I'm on Stellar. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
I've been reaching out to everybody, and it's a weird thing is a lot of times I didn't even think I was going to get through to you. Weird things just don't let me get through to people. It's either emails get deleted or something. I've wrote a million emails to all different people on shows that I've seen to try to tell my story, and it never goes through to them. So I figured I'd call tonight and say who I was.
Well, and what's your Twitter handle?
It's just Eddie Enochian. It's just my name.
Okay, well, you should just post up. This is what I would do. This is my thing. I would post up on hashtag F2B. Everybody's going to know who you are now, right? Now that we've had this conversation. And, we have, there are literally thousands of Fadernauts out there that you should reach out to that have different specialties and different backgrounds, and join the community. Just come and hang out, and you will find the right path to go down. But that's that, once you're out on this show, and everybody knows who you are and has heard your story. This is a wonderful, warm, unbelievable family, Fade to Black. Right. And so just go and do that, and I'll retweet you right now, and just post up, and I'll see it, and then we'll take things to the next level for you, man. But the first step is this phone call. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not going to lie. I keep a loaded gun beside me because I never know when somebody's going to be knocking on my door because I'm saying too much. But I have my firearms license. I'm skilled in a lot of different things. Like when I took my firearms test, I hit the officer put an X on a piece of paper 30 yards out and said, "All right, shoot that." I hit it right in the cross of the X. Like on the first shot. I have weird abilities. People don't want to mess with me because they say it's called retard strength. But I know I'm different and everything, and it's just time for me to tell the world who I am and not be afraid anymore, I guess. Yeah, don't. Like I said, just post up and get it going. Hashtag F2B and let this family reach out to you and move forward. Yeah, and I would love to. I'm trying to reach out to because one of the shamans that I work with, so she told me, before I even knew who David Wilcock was, she's like, "I think you got to talk to David Wilcock because that message that I got on that day, a lot of stuff that he's researching, I was told firsthand from the source." What he's been researching, which is like when I saw the video, the movie that he put out, a lot of stuff that he's researching was told to me firsthand. And I don't know if I have to be hypnotized to like spill out all the stuff that was downloaded to me, but everything that I research is what I was told before I even researched it. And I have it documented that from my family members and everybody that I've told. Like, look, there's another story that I told you, and look, there it is. So, yeah, it's time for me to meet these people and show them who I am. And I think it would bring more closure to people that are researching and trying to find answers. Like, I don't know, I'm ready to tell the world. So. Well, Eddie, thank you so much. And look, it's Thanksgiving week, so I hope that you have a great, safe, wonderful Thanksgiving. Post up on Twitter. I'll retweet it now. And the Fadernights will come.
FTB, you said?
F and the number 2B. Hashtag F2B. Okay?
All right. I'll get you right now. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie, and have a great, safe week, man.
You too, Jenny.
Thank you. That's a great phone call right there. All right, if you're on hold, stay right there. I'll get to everybody. And it's Tuesday nights, Fader Night. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. And last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously. Go Beckley Tappy. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the Lime Scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate Lime Scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by paranormal talk radio? You'll love the new paranormal radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the paranormal radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the paranormal radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tuesday night, very special Fader night. It is Thanksgiving week. So, again, I'm very thankful. If you're spending this night with us here, it's Thanksgiving, man. I thank you. We all thank you. This is a wonderful thing to do, to hang out with all of you and just have a conversation. I want to thank Eddie for that phone call. And watching what is transpiring right now on Twitter with Eddie is pretty cool. Eddie, thank you for that phone call. All right, let's see. Where am I going to go next? Let's go to, let's see here. Let's go to area code 503. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. It's Susie Q.
Hi, Susie Q. How are you?
Well, I'll tell you, after that last phone call, I'm almost speechless. And you know me, that doesn't happen very often, right?
Right. Yeah, that was a great phone call. That was a great phone call. Are you guys ready for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. I think John is ready. Let me make sure I'm not on speaker.
Okay. It doesn't matter, Susie. We're live on the radio. Are you ready for Thanksgiving?
I think Frankie Four Fingers is ready for Thanksgiving.
Because he's cooking and you're not.
Yeah.
I'm spot on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once he gets in the kitchen, I can't even get in there to help.
Well, right.
He's like moving at breakneck speed, and I can't even get in there. I just get in his way. So I just set the table and, putter around.
No.
And clean up the mess. And clean up the mess afterwards.
Do you guys do a normal Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, we're pretty plain Jane. What are we having, Frankie? Frankie's here.
Okay. Susie, we're live on the radio. Forget Frankie. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Right here.
I don't care about Frankie. I don't care about Frankie. I don't care about Frankie. Okay. So what do you guys have one strange dish on the table?
No.
Everything's just normal?
I know, right?
So I like when it comes to Thanksgiving. I already laid it out at the beginning of the show, Susie. I don't want anything strange. I want turkey. I want cranberries. I want mashed potatoes. I want my green bean casserole, and I want my
and those
stuffing.
are all things that are on your diet, right?
And gravy. Yes, extra gravy, of course. And that's it's.
So now the only thing that we sometimes do different, if we have people over, like a lot of people, I'll make bread dumplings, the old-fashioned German way.
Love bread dumplings. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And sometimes, a good mac and cheese is cool. I get that. What about dessert? Are you guys just doing a pumpkin pie?
Yeah, pumpkin pie sounds good.
Well, what are you doing?
John likes the pecan pie.
Oh, pecan pie.
Usually, yeah, pecan pie too, or... Yeah, that's good too.
Okay. What are you guys going to have for dessert?
I don't think we got a dessert.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me Frankie Four Fingers bakes a pie too?
No, he's not baking a pie. That's pretty funny.
Oh, man.
No.
All right. So what else is going on?
So I just finished my training with Holly Marie of Earth Songs Healing.
Yes.
Earth Song Healings. I wanted to get that right because I want to give her a shout out. And I have to tell you, oh my God, she's flipping amazing. Amazing. The knowledge that she has to share with people is just incredible. And literally the last month or so since I finished the training, I've been literally in rest and recuperate mode. Just processing all of that and putting it all together in my head. And now I've put up a Facebook page, a website, publishing articles on Unstellar, and I've got this burst of energy of I got to get some shit done.
Well,
I didn't say that on live.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But I got an email from Holly today about you. You want me to tell you what it said?
Yeah.
Okay, it said that she was so happy and that giving you the certificate of completion, it meant so much to her and that you did really great, but then she's wondering how she's got to tell you about the next phase. And she asked my advice. And the next phase... No, you're laughing. The next phase is she needs to tell you that no more chocolate martinis. And I was like, wait a minute.
No, you
Yes.
are bullshitting me right there. I
no.
know you are.
No. And she's got to figure out a way. So she asked, so I'm helping her out now by warming you up for what's coming next.
I hardly ever even drink it. Seriously?
Yeah, I know. No more chocolate martinis. So you got to figure that out. You got to figure.
I'm sorry. I'm not buying it.
Listen,
I'm just not buying it.
I hope you guys. I hope
Not
you guys.
happening.
I hope you guys have the most wonderful, fantastic Thanksgiving, and just do everything right for me. Okay.
I will. Good to talk to you, Jimmy.
Good. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
And thank you,
and to
Frankie.
Rita and your family.
Absolutely. Okay. And now go have a chocolate martini. I'll talk to you. Bye, Susie. Bye, Frankie. All right, guys. Yeah, chocolate martinis. There you go. All right. Let's continue here. Where am I going to go next? Let's see. How about area code 830? You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Neil, Rubber Show. That Eddie guy, he was pretty honest. A lot of us are hybrids. The whole human race.
Okay.
You know, they've been doing experiments on us for thousands and billions of years. You know, and the aliens have been breeding with us for a big reason because, you know, I know a lot of reasons why they do it.
Why did they do it, Neil?
And, well, there was a time when I seen this demon got his arm cut off. And after he got his arm cut off, I saw him putting a human arm on. And in something to do with the human body, it reconnects it, like, you know, really fast. See, we're like he was saying, he's a healer. We're all healers.
But Neil, back to the question though. Why do they do it?
They taking out they using our body parts and stuff. And I'm gonna give an example. They had a spirit I saw. He had a bag of faces like mask, and what they would do is, so you don't know if they're reptilian or not, or a demon or whatever. They would put a mask on, like a human mask, and then you wouldn't know who they are. You know? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'm picturing it. I'm picturing it. Yes.
Yeah, because one time I had a vision. My body was went into a electrical thing like he was talking about. And I was laying down and I left my body and I saw this person bring me to this house and it had my daddy's face. And then this woman had a lot of kids around her. And I walked toward this woman, but she had my face. It had, you know, she had breasts. And when I moved into her body, she stood up and she had my body now. She actually stole my image, and then and then they steal your body. You know. And see, but what happens is when they were after me. See, I gotta sleep with a sword, like a machete, all the time when I'm sleeping, because if they come, just like that dude said, they come when you're sleeping, and they could abduct you and take you out your body. And if I can't defend myself, you know, because I'm going to give you an example. I found out about the Holy Sepulchre. The Spirit said he's been looking for the Holy Sepulchre for 170,000 years. Well, this name, Scepter, and C-U-R, like a scepter, and C-U-R, that's how you spell it. This word, I looked it up. It's not even in the dictionary. But in 2012, I went to Utah, and I was on a high-rise parking lot, 6 stories high.
Right.
And I was looking at these glass buildings, and all at once I saw 30 men, aliens with black suits running around like they're crazy. Well, in 2012, I thought that was the end of, they were invading the planet and they were getting rid of the bad aliens. But I realized what it was is the Holy Sepulchre was with me, and underneath the ground, the spirit, the invisible spirits that follow me wherever I go, they were attacking them aliens because they were running around like something was attacking them, or they were going crazy, it looked like. So now I realized what it was, what was going on, and that was in Utah. But see, they got an underground base. I saw a big starship and a flying saucer going down in Salt Lake City. And I saw another thing when I was in the city. I saw an electromagnetic dome like on top of the city.
Above Salt Lake, above Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When I see these things, I see it with my peripheral vision. But see, I've been doing research. When you close your eyelids and look through your eyelids in the dark, you see these light, the light beings moving around in the room. But you got to use your peripheral vision, like looking to the right or the left of you, straight ahead. And that's my research I've been doing. That's why I could see so good.
Yeah, see? I do that too. Yeah, I do that too. Well, Neil, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful, beautiful, perfect Thanksgiving. Will you do that for me?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to get in touch with that Eddie guy, too. And, and we need to get some, more people like us to get together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And reach out to him on Twitter, man. Go do it right now.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I just got on Twitter and I started publishing my stuff, what I've been seeing. And that way, when people start to see these things and do these things that I'm doing,
right,
they can say, wow, man, it really works. You close your eyelids. And see, I've seen less than 10 times I close my eyelids, and it's not like even you closing your eyes. I see in color. There was times I closed my eyes, and I could see perfectly, but that's your third eye,
Right.
That's working, right? So, but
Neil,
I want to teach people how to do it.
Neil, have a great, amazing Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah. Okay? Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. That's and that kind of research, there's something to it. And Neil is posting up there on Twitter, and he's posting up there now. And there's something to it. That really is. Let's see. Let's go to area code. What is that? 801. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, is this Jimmy Church?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Jeff from Salt Lake City.
Hi, Jeff from Salt Lake City. So you guys have underground bases there, according to Neil.
Yeah, so the thing is with Salt Lake City, right? He's not entirely wrong. I've been living in Salt Lake City for about 18 years now, and I live in a small town called Magna. So, since I was a kid, there have been rumors about underground bases here and alien experiments going on, stuff like that.
Really?
As I grew older, yeah, it's very common here, super common. You can hear about it all around the town, all around the valley.
Oh man!
And sorry, what was that?
I said, "Oh man." I've spent some time in Salt Lake City, and I'm not so sure how open people would be to this kind of conversation there. But maybe I'll change my ways the next time I'm there. I'll see what I can find out. It's fascinating to me.
The thing is not really around Salt Lake City as much, but like in smaller towns, like here in Magna.
Right. Okay.
I've noticed that growing up, the mountains near our town, it's a no-fly zone, right? And I've had friends tell me that in between the mountains, there's an actual military base that leads into the mountain. And this has been confirmed by a few people that there is a way to get to the mountain in between the mountains, and in between there's 2 sniper towers, and it's guarded off by barbed wire. And this is a story that haunts me forever, if you don't mind if I can tell it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So about, I want to say about like 7 years ago, I was 16, and my friends and I had a sleepover on the far side of Magna, near the mountains, where it's a little nicer of a neighborhood, but it's near the copper mine that they have up there, and it's blocked off. I've always thought it was super suspicious. That night, we all decided to sleep out on a trampoline. It's around maybe like 2, 3 in the morning, and my friend tells me that it's not a good idea to sleep outside because there's a bunch of weird things that happen around his neighborhood and stuff like that. And I basically blew it off, told him he was just crazy.
Right.
Within like 15 minutes of staying outside, I hear a couple tree branches snap because he kind of lives in near like a foresty area, small little forest area. So we're all looking around thinking like, okay, like what's going on? What's that? And after I say that, I want to say between like 6.5 and this 7-foot tall, slim shadow figure runs out of the forest, but it doesn't make a sound. It's running on 2 legs, doesn't make a sound. It's like, probably like stick slim, super slim, just super eerie. And we all freaked out. We all saw the same thing. We all ran inside. We locked the doors. We stood up until maybe like 7 in the morning, just wondering what we saw that night. And a bunch of rumors are inside that mountain is a lot of testing for interdimensional portals, windows, stuff like that. And we believe that something may have escaped from the facility and just went on its way.
What mountain?
I don't really know if it has a name, even though, like, I should know. I've been living for 22 years, but I don't.
Okay.
So this mountain separates Magna, Utah, and Tooele, basically. And that mountain's been known for, like, it's super notorious for UFO activity, super notorious for that sort of stuff.
Have you seen any UFOs up there?
Yes, I have, actually. 4 years ago, my father and I were driving through the back roads over the summer, and we saw this bluish-green light flying into the mountain.
Now, I'm looking here. Yeah, you're surrounded by mountains. Okay, so...
Yeah.
And Salt Lake City, Sandy, Utah is right there, but you've got mountains on all sides of you there in Magna.
Yeah, we're surrounded by it, and so many crazy things have happened there over the years. And like I said, it's a no-fly zone. Like, the planes, like little biplanes fly by, but nothing ever goes above it. Nothing.
Now, is it to the east of you or to the west of you, the mountains?
To the west of me.
To the west. Okay, so that mountain range does not have a name. You're right.
Yeah.
There's no name on the mountain range. There's names for everything else. Twin Peaks, Mount Timpanogos, I think that's what that says. Then there's Flat Top Mountain.
Yeah.
And there's Flat Top Mountain. But directly to the west of you, there's Farmsworth Peak and Nelson Peak. And that's south and west of you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, man, you need to take some pictures. Have you thought about going up there and walking around and seeing if you could find an entrance?
The thing is that many people believe that the entrances inside the mountain are through the copper mine, and that's blocked off. You have to be an employee to get in and whatnot.
Right.
But I'm sure if you look around hard enough, there is a couple cave openings you can find. There is one, actually, now that you mention it. It's on near, I think it's Little Cottonwood. There is a big, giant opening inside the mountain, but it's blocked off by two 2-inch thick steel doors.
Man, only one road in, one road out. That's pretty trippy.
Yeah, that's the thing. So if you go in, you might not come back out. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, man, this is fascinating. What did you think about Neil's comment about the dome over the top of Salt Lake and also the giant ship that he saw over Salt Lake?
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not going to lie to you. It wouldn't surprise me. My mom has seen some things over Salt Lake City. She's seen the black triangles. She has seen cylinders over the city. It's not a surprise to me if that's what actually happened.
And I didn't notice Twin Peaks is right next to you too as well. That's pretty interesting. Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very interesting. Well, thank you for the phone call. What's your name?
Jeff.
Jeff, thank you for that. And are you on Twitter?
Yes, I am.
And what's your name on Twitter?
At Johnny Ringo _.
Okay, post on Twitter right now, #F2B, and I'll give you that Happy Thanksgiving retweet right now.
Will do. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for having me on the air.
Thank you, Jeff, and enjoy. Have a great, safe Thanksgiving, and I know you guys do it right up there in Salt Lake. Thank you.
Thank you so much, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff up in Salt Lake. Very interesting, and I'm looking at his location there, Magna, and he's absolutely right. They're surrounded. Well, all of Salt Lake is surrounded by mountains, but he's right there, man. He's right next to it, and Magna is right next to it's a little suburb right there off of Salt Lake City. There it is, going on right there. Let's see. Let's go to area code 805. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Eric.
Hey, Eric. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. That Eddie call was, wow, I'm still got a little bit of a chill action going on that one. That was heavy.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That's what, that's what Fadernight is all about right there.
Yeah, it's off. This show, Fadernights are literally off the chart now. I mean, I just, I've been following you for 3 years, man. It's just, I can't think of a show that hasn't happened in the last several months that just hasn't blown my mind a little bit. You get some great calls.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. Couldn't agree with you more. Okay, so you just posted up on Twitter here a shot of your bed. I don't even know if I want to know why you posted this picture, but what's going on?
Well, you probably do want to know because it was pretty bizarre. That's not my bed. I was visiting a friend in Phoenix last week. So I was at that StarWorks conference out there in Laughlin, Nevada, and on the way back, I went to Sedona to go visit Suzanne Ross, and then Clifford Mahooty lives over there in Camp Verde, so I called him up and went over and spent about 4 hours at his house, and wow, that was quite a fun time, just telling stories and stuff. But anyway, so on the way back from Arizona, heading back home, I stopped in Phoenix and visited with a friend of mine and her boyfriend that lives in this house right here. You see that picture, that table right there in the living room where it's got that little TV on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just two stories. The last, and I'll make them brief, but this was pretty wild. So we were hanging out, having some wine and just telling stories. And I'd never met her boyfriend before. The guy's about 30 years old. I can't really say his name. I haven't been given permission, but his aunt just recently retired from NASA for 45 years, and they bought a house in Fountain Hills out there in Arizona. And so his aunt and his uncle, who also apparently works for the government, but he didn't say what type of position he had with the government. But we're just sharing stories, and he's telling me the story about recently they were at their housewarming party, and the guy was curious. He said to his uncle, do we have a secret space program? And the uncle says, yes, we do have a secret space program. And so I thought that was pretty interesting, being that his wife just retired from NASA after 45 years, and here he is telling this guy, that there's a secret space program. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. And then we stayed up to about midnight. I went to bed about 12:30. All of a sudden, 3:00 in the morning, I wake up. And we've joked about this before, but this is a completely true story. I guarantee it. I'm not making any of this up. So I'm laying in that bed right there. and there's no doors on the bed because my friend had taken all the doors off and she was painting. That's why there's no door.
And no doors in the bed, or no doors in the bedroom?
No, my bad. No door from the bedroom to the living room. Matter of fact, none of the rooms in that house had doors on them. They were all laying out in the living room area because she had been painting them.
Right.
So the door was open. You could see no closet doors there. So anyway, it's 3:00 in the morning. I wake up.
You know what, Eric? I got to take a break. Let's do that now, and I can tell that this is going to take some more time. So let's just take a break right here, and we'll pick this up on the back half. This is Fade to Black. It is Tuesday night, Fadernight, the very special Thanksgiving edition here on Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. More with Eric, the Awakening Man. I got to hear this after this short break. Stay with us.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal God on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Poor water quality is a major health issue, and it's only getting worse. Municipalities can't keep up, standards have dropped, and pollutants are increasing. Where does it all end? It ends by keeping the pollutants outside of your home with HydroCare's advanced systems available at Wave Home Solutions. No less than the best purification materials and processes have been developed by HydroCare to provide you with healthy, clean water for drinking, cooking, and showering. HydroCare far surpasses the competition in removing chlorine, odors, iron, lead, chemicals, limescale, and much more. Don't settle for less when it comes to your water. We'll take care of the toughest water problems for you, whether it's from a city or well source. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 888-997-WAVE. That's 888-997-WAVE. Or go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
Does your basement or crawl space have a damp, musty smell? Well, watch out. That's a sign of too much moisture and not enough ventilation. And that can mean increased mold growth and the buildup of harmful toxins and gases. Don't bother with a dehumidifier. It just circulates the same unhealthy air. Now there's a better way to remove these dangers and odors. It's with the computerized Wave Moisture Control Unit that reduces moisture and expels pollutants.
We replaced our old dehumidifier with the Wave unit, and in only 3 weeks, our basement is dry and the musty smell is gone.
Wave units require no maintenance, no buckets of water or filters, and costs only pennies a day to run. Breathe better, live healthier with an affordable, no-maintenance Wave unit. Call 888-717-WAVE, 888-717-WAVE, or visit dryhealthyhome.com, dryhealthyhome.com.
Ride the wave. Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, the less time that waste sits in our intestines, spreading toxins to our bloodstream. This tea helps cleanse chemicals caused by outside intruders from our entire digestive system. And get this, weight loss can be a side effect. And with continued use of the tea, you can experience clearer, healthier, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482. No smartphone, app, or internet needed.
It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tuesday night special Fadernight, the Thanksgiving edition, going down tonight. Nothing like sitting around having a chat with all of you. Okay, Eric Awakening Man. I've posted your pictures, Eric. Okay, so we're in the bedroom that's got no doors. What happens?
Right. So I wake up. Can you hear the noise in the background, or is it only me hearing it?
I'll end it right now. How's this? Boom, done. Okay, go ahead.
Turn me down in the background, Church.
Okay, so what? Okay, let's go, Eric. I want to know.
Okay, all right, I'm going to tell you, for crying out loud. So I wake up. I was exhausted when I went to bed, so I have no idea why I woke up at 3 in the morning. I don't normally wake up at 3 in the morning. And there's these lights coming through the doorway. And this is that was so bizarre was the doorway is about 7 feet tall, and these were not, they were vertical lights that were going up and down that were at least 7 to 8 feet, and they were coming from the living room where I'm just going to guess it was from the area where that table was, but there was nothing on in that room. There was no TV on, there was no radio on. Everybody was asleep, and these lights were coming through the doorway, vertical up and down. And they were blinking in like a strobe light, off and on. And there was, I would say, a row of anywhere from 3 to 5. It would go 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, up and down vertical, blink, blink, blink. And I'm looking at these things, and I'm trying to figure out, well, what the heck is this, and why? I'm trying to figure out what could possibly be creating these lights that are coming through this doorway. And my phone was sitting right there on the bed with me. And the first thought was, I need to video this, and for some reason I didn't do it, and I just, it was almost like I was frozen. I thought no one's going to believe that I'm seeing these strange lights come to the store. I need to video this, and so I didn't videotape them. People think, well, why did you take a picture? And so this went on for about 5 minutes, and then it stopped, and nothing happened, but ever since that evening, I have not felt really, I don't know if anything happened. I just know that I have not felt the same. I've not felt my normal self. I've been very tired. I felt extremely lethargic and very exhausted the next day. And I've had this sort of thing in my stomach. It's not like I'm sick, but it's like that feeling you get right before you're going to start to get sick. It's just this kind of weird, achy feeling in my stomach. So I left the next morning, and I called up my friend. I says, look, I said, this happened last night. These lights were coming through the door, and I don't know, have you ever heard of this? Is anything like this? I was trying to quiz her on figuring out what was going on. She said, well, the house is 100 years old, and we have had ghost activity in that house. We didn't talk about it that night. We're at the house. So there's no real climax to the story, except that so on the way home, I drove through Highway 40, took Kelbecker Road over to the opposite direction of where I saw that orb several months ago. I went the other way over the mountain through the desert to 29 Palms Highway. And I wanted to call you last week when that guy was talking about, that military guy was talking about the stuff going on out in 29 Palms, but I couldn't get through. But anyway, so I'm driving down 29 Palms Highway. This is the next day, and it was about 5 o'clock. It was still light out. and about a block down the road from where the street light was, just before you get to Joshua Tree, up about 100 yards up, this light started to kind of emerge out of the sky, and I thought to myself, I looked kind of like it might have been a bird or a plane. I couldn't tell really. I didn't really think that it was anything, but then it started to get bigger, and what was strange about it is it was kind of vertical, rectangular. It wasn't a saucer. It wasn't an orb. It looked really strange. It was just kind of emerging in the sky, and it lasted. I mean, that again lasted only 5 seconds. There were other cars driving up and down the street. I'm sure other people saw it, but it happened so quick and it was gone. So I don't know. I just this is strange things have been happening to me this year, and I'm not really trying to trip on it and figure out why, but I just know that I've just been having these experiences, little tiny experiences, and I just think that I'm just hoping at some point there's a climax where I can actually say have some sort of evidence or proof that these things are really happening to me now. It's just really bizarre.
Well, I mean, what evidence or proof do you need? I mean, you've had the experience. Isn't that enough?
Well, it is for me, but I'm kind of a skeptic and a researcher in the sense that if I'm going to present something to somebody other than it being just a story, I know it's true. I know it happened. I want other people to believe it because here it is. I've got evidence here, proof that But so it's just there's that part of me in my personality, I guess, that there's going to probably be people out there that are going to think, oh, he's just making that up. But I don't make stuff up. That's just not my style. If I've got something to tell you that I think is interesting, I'll call and tell you. But I'm not just going to try to get attention and just make up some BS story.
No, I've always appreciated that about you. I give you a hard time because I like you, and if I stop giving you a hard time, that's when you've been thrown out of the car. So you don't want to get to that point. But the one thing that I have always known about you is that you've always been very straight. And you've been trying to get to the bottom of all of this, like most of us are. So, and you've been out there investing your time and money and driving around. You've been, I think, I don't know, how many miles have you logged in the last 3 years?
In the last 2 years or year and a half, it's been 50,000 miles.
Right. So you're constantly on the road, and you've been seeing things in just about every city that you visited.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm just my next venture when this get through this little winter here is I really have this drive to since I went to that Sasquatch spiritual retreat in Chihuahua when I met Sue Walker and those guys, Kawani and all those people. I really have this feeling inside me that the Sasquatch, whatever it is, it's real, and that I'm going to try to put myself in a position where hopefully I can have some kind of an experience with one of these beings. I just think I feel driven right now. That's like my goal right now. So find some rainforest out there in Washington State and just camp out there and just maybe I'll see something or hear something or experience something because that's just what's driving me right now.
I would if I had the time. One of the things I think would be very fun to do would be to go with somebody, right? 2, maybe 3, and go deep into the woods, camp, night vision, and spend a week or 2 out there. Right? And just go deep into it and get away from as far away from civilization as you can and just go up and camp and use night vision and see what you can find. I think that would be the ultimate trip. It would be a spiritual journey too as well because you would have all of that, right? All of the self-reflection and the time to yourself, but it would be really cool.
Yeah, so another reason why I went out to Laughlin is I bought this van conversion so that I was thinking about putting a camper on my truck and camp, but I've got this van conversion so I can, if I go into these areas, I could just sleep in the van and, I'll bring a generator along and, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to every day is exciting, but I'm just looking forward to one day hopefully having, some sort of experience that kind of takes me to another level. That would be kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally down for that. Totally down for it. I don't know if Rita would let me do it, but I would go. All right, man. So, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
I don't have any plans actually. I've got to actually work. Unfortunately, I'm moving my business from one location to another location, and it's taking up a lot of time and energy. I'm sure I'll have Thanksgiving dinner with somebody here locally, a friend of mine, but that's pretty much just trying to get. I mean, I've done so much traveling the last several months. I really did procrastinate on a lot of stuff, and so I'm trying to catch up and get my act all together again. So that way, when next year rolls around, I could go out and have fun again and not have to deal with, what I'm talking about.
I do.
Responsibility.
I do.
Anyway, thanks a lot for taking my call. I'll keep you posted. The Clifford Mahooty, when I see you next time, I'll tell you we had some great conversation at his house there. You can't find his house unless you know where he lives. He literally lives on a no-name street out there in the middle of a little oasis in the Camp Verde Desert. And anyway, I love Clifford, man. That he's an amazing man. If people don't follow Clifford Mahooty, they should go ahead and look at what he's talking. That guy's got to be one of the most honest, straight-up men I've met in this field.
Thank you so much, Eric. And again, enjoy your Thanksgiving, my friend. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see. Let's go to area code 571. You're up next on Faded Black. Who's calling?
Yeah, hi, Jimmy. It's David, Pentagon David from Virginia.
Hi, Pentagon David from Virginia. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to call on a quick call in the Spreaker chat there, talking about time travel. So I wanted to share my time travel story with you and the faders. So here it is. I've actually traveled time, but not like you would think or anybody else. So way back in 1997 when I was working for the State Department on this particular trip, I was in Fiji, the South Pacific Islands down there, and they're right on the international date line out there. So I'm done with my trip, and I got my itinerary to come back to Washington, D.C., and I asked the boss, hey, can I take a few days vacation in Hawaii? He's like, yeah, as long as you use your, vacation, your leave time. I'm like, no problem, I will. So I changed my itinerary, leaving Fiji back to Washington to stop in Hawaii.
Right.
But here's the time traveling part. So I wake up Monday morning, and I'm on government travel, so I'm putting it on my timesheet. 8 hours. We're allowed to bill our travel. Monday morning, I'm on a flight. I think it was like 6 or 8 hours. And then I land in Hawaii the day before on Sunday because we crossed the international date line. So now I'm in Hawaii the day before I left, So then I wake up Monday morning on the beach. I'm like, I already filled out my timesheet yesterday for Monday, and I was traveling, so I left it that way. But anyway, I got to live that Monday twice and bill the government for one of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's my time traveling story.
And did you ever figure it out?
Figure what out?
What happened?
What happened with what? What do you mean? What happened is I crossed the international date line. Fiji is 24 hours.
Oh, so what you're saying, it wasn't actually time travel. It was just...
Exactly.
I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Well, I think David Lee Roth did something like that. He... On his birthday one year, this is what rock stars do. He wanted to fly around the world and have his birthday in different time zones.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So he went backwards and literally celebrated his birthday. Okay, listen, Dave, I got to let you go. You're making a lot of noise with your phone.
Okay, thank you.
Happy
Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you too. Happy Thanksgiving. It's so funny listening to that because I was picturing a real time travel thing. I mean, I just got sucked into it. I totally got sucked into it. I was thinking, okay, well, so what happened? But no, okay, I get it. You know, just like everybody over in Australia right now, right? Everybody over in Australia they're time traveling. And I've thought about this a lot. When I was young, I was probably, like 9, 10 years old and contemplating all of this. If you flew against the grain, right? Okay. So the earth is rotating, it's moving around. And if you went against the grain, what would happen there, right? If you flew back against it. Now, the earth is, what's the earth? It's 1,000 miles an hour, right? Isn't that what it's doing? All right. 24 hours, 17,000, something like that. So if you went backwards, would you age? I mean, you know, and of course your body's still moving forward, right? I guess. But if you're constantly going backwards, could you end up a week ago, right? A week prior, right? It makes sense to me, right? At one point, does it just stop and overlap? I don't know. It kind of messes with your head. I think, you know, why don't we just do that? Why don't we just get on a plane, have it refuel in the air, and just have it go backwards? And look, before anybody goes, hey, man, come on, man. No, I'm being serious for a second. Think about that. Let's go back to the phones. Area code 402. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey.
What's happening, man?
Who's this?
Hey, this is Brian in Omaha.
Hey, Brian in Omaha. How are you?
I'm great. I didn't know I was on. I'm gonna try and tie some things together here. There's a lot of things going around the circle, and I told this story when Art was on Dark. I think it was, I don't remember if it was Dark Matter or Midnight in the Desert, but there was I'm gonna say it was 2010. And I'm going to go back. Was it Johnny Enoch that was talking shadow people the other night?
A little bit. I think so. Yes.
Anyway, I had one of these experiences where there was a really large female figure, like in my room while I was sleeping, and I was awake. I mean, it woke me up, and I couldn't breathe. I guess I don't remember what they call it when you kind of lock up and you can't breathe, like when you're in your sleep.
Sleep paralysis. Anyway, sleep paralysis.
Right. So this thing, anyway, was this large female black. I mean, the color like charcoal. No defining features, no defining anything, is hovering over me, and it's holding this black cube, this square black cube in front of my face, and it's smiling. She's smiling, and she blows on it, and it is turning to dust, and it's going up my nostrils. And I'm just locked up. I can't breathe. I'm like,
okay. Listen, Brian, stop moving around. Okay, stay still. Okay. It's really, really loud. Okay, stay still.
Sorry.
Take a deep breath. Stay still. Okay, so she has a cube. Yeah. She blows on it. Turns to dust. Okay.
It's going up my nostrils, and when that's done, she's laughing, but there's no sound. There's zero sound. I can't hear her. She's talking, but I can't hear anything. It's just silent. Anyway, I woke when I kind of came out of it. I'm leaning up against my bed with my hands down on the mattress. just like fully locked up. And I didn't really know what that was. I mean, I wasn't scared. I was, I couldn't breathe, so that was probably the worst of it. But the next day, I'd been working with a practitioner in the area, and I'm outside. It's kind of cold. I gave him this information, and the only thing he asked me was, did it have red eyes? And I said, no. It was all the way. It was just black, and it was huge. I mean, it was, a whole lot of rosy, like right over the top of me. That's the only thing that I could really share. So he wanted to get together, and we tried to line that up. It didn't work out.
Continue, Brian. Remember,
I'm sorry.
Just remember, you're live on the air right now. Okay.
Okay. So, over the next 3 weeks, we'd been trying to get together, and nothing really happened until finally it worked out. Anyway, when I went into his home, when I walked in the door, he was sitting in a chair, and he was just looking at me, and he said, "What happened?" And I said, "What do you mean what happened? I mean, I kind of told you what happened." He goes, "No, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. You asked me, if everything was okay." And I felt fine. So anyway, he said, "There is a figure wrapped around your neck, and it is hanging off the back of you like a cape." And I was like, "What? Whoa, I mean, you said, no red eyes, everything's cool, don't worry." And I was like, I was really freaked out. Anyway, the thing that I didn't tell him, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm not imagining things or bleeding things off into the other, but the next morning, after that night, in the middle of the night when that was done, the next morning I got a phone call, and there was a family member. I'm not trying to be a drag on, with the holidays and stuff, but this gets better. Just hang with me. The next morning I got a phone call, and a member of my family had died. Actually, it was a suicide in the middle of the night. And he told me that the person or the thing that was on my back was this person that died, and he didn't know. There's no way he could have known. And so we went into his room where he practiced, and he asked me to sit down on the couch and asked me if I wanted to do this. And I was like, okay, I'm available. I'm here, yeah, let's go, whatever. I didn't know what was going to happen. And he asked me to close my eyes and bring a gold pyramid over my head and spin it counterclockwise. And I can meditate and visualize and stuff, but when I closed my eyes and I did it, it was fully real. And I was spinning it, and it started to spin so fast. I mean, it was just shimmering gold, and the light and everything else that was going on. And then it just exploded into like all these like fireflies of color. And then there was this silvery kind of cloud, this gray cloud. And this cousin of mine who had died 3 weeks earlier was like, his face was right there. And I heard his voice. I could hear it, I could see him. It was like his face was like real size, like actual size. And basically what I saw and felt and heard and all of that through that experience was I know I post a lot on Twitter, and I'm pretty adamant about it, and this is why. I don't believe that when we go, that's all, and I never believed that up until that point. But I know that when we go, there's more, and I saw it, and I have no way of proving it. I mean, I can say things, and I say a lot of things in Twitter, but there's way more to this. I've dug in and went I'm going as hard as not as hard as I can. I'm going as deep as I can go with this and with this practitioner. And I've seen things that all of this all ties together. Whether it started off with the numbers, and it turns into shadow people and all this stuff, and then it's UFOs in the sky with chrome finishes and triangles flying around in Omaha. I assume all of that is because I live close to the base, but I definitely think there's way more to it. I know that there's a lot of doubt, and there's all of this talk of discernment and all of this stuff, and I don't know. It just I don't know if you're picking up on it, but it just seems like it's so loud lately. There's people saying this stuff I think it's been going on forever.
Yeah, Brian, I think you're on to something, but I think we all understand what you're saying because we all experience these things too as well, and when I say all, I mean, we just do. And when it happens, then at that point that things aren't what they seem, and let's try to figure this out. But it's a whole lot more exciting than living life just going, hey, there's nothing to this thing. We just die and turn into dust. And that's it. That's there's just much more to it, man. And what I've got to head towards a break here, but. Would you rather live that boring life of somebody that drives to work every day and then comes home and goes to bed and doesn't even think about these things?
I was totally naive, and I was doing that. I was doing that life. And I had no clue.
Exactly. So
but then the stuff. Now this stuff starts happening, and then it just doesn't stop.
No, of course it doesn't, and that's the best part, man. It makes things exciting. Right. It really, really, really does. So do me a favor, man. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. It's going to be a great week in front of you.
You too, Jimmy.
And
Fadernights, everybody. I love you guys.
Right on, Brian. Thank you so much, my friend.
Okay.
Have a great night and enjoy the rest of your week. And it's just what a conversation tonight with everybody. Now I've got one more segment left after this break. One more segment. Phone lines are open, 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tuesday night, Fadernight, the Thanksgiving edition. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with me.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. And last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously, go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hi, folks. CBD is the home run hitter for health right now. Why, you ask? Because of what it does for the body. Unfortunately, I can't tell you all about the benefit. You know, there's reasons. Do your due diligence and log on to ancientlifeoil.com. That's ancientlifeoil.com. Ancient Life Oil uses organic ingredients and is blended in coconut oil for some of the best benefits. Legal in 50 states and non-psychoactive. Log on to ancientlifeoil.com. That's ancientlifeoil.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and my family is safe because of Numana Emergency Food Storage. Just go to the Numana banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code Jimmy10.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tuesday night, Fadernight. Very special Thanksgiving edition here on Fade to Black. Hanging out with all of you, and then that's it. We're going to take tomorrow and Thursday off, spend it with family, friends. And tomorrow the madness starts. We got to start cooking and getting ready, just like the rest of you. And I've got to deal with a plumber tomorrow, too, as well. Yeah. The regulator went out on our house. All right, let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Turn me down in the background.
Hello?
You're live.
Who?
You.
Me? Hi.
Hi. Who's this?
Hi. Oh, my goodness. I'm there? Okay. Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Again.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing fine. What's up with you, Big Daddy?
You called me, Cynthia. What's on your mind?
Yes, I called you. I'm the girl that was in Panama.
Okay.
And I have to say, happy Thanksgiving this weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
And I have to say one thing. Source.
Source.
You ready?
Yes.
The source. Okay. So I have a problem with this source. We have aliens.
Right.
We have black, white, blue, green. but we all bleed red, right?
Hopefully.
My question to you is, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. My question to you is, who is the source of all of it?
What do you mean?
Not the big, don't tell me about the Big Bang Theory. I'm asking you, who is the big man out there? That's my question.
Well, who do you think the big man is out there?
That's why I'm calling you.
Well, I'll try to answer the question if you point me in the direction of. So when I turn it around and ask you, then I'll get an understanding of what you're trying to ask me. So who do you think the big man is out there? Are you talking about God? I mean, what is it that you're referring to?
Okay. Not G-O-D. Don't give your energy to that G-O-D because it's bigger than that, right? So I'm asking you this reality that we're sitting here right now. So you're sitting right there with all your equipment.
Right.
With your wife and your family, okay? I'm asking you right now at this very moment, who is the infinity?
Who is the infinity?
You need to know. What I'm asking you to look further for infinity. Go further than that. Universe, multi-universe. Who made it all? Who is that person?
I have. If we figure that out, if I figure that out, then I guess we've answered everything.
Why?
Well, isn't that the biggest? That's the question you want the answer to, Cynthia. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Don't you want to know?
Do I want to know? I'm on a quest like everybody else, Cynthia, but I also like the chase.
Okay.
I like the chase. I like the chase. You know, you get to the end. Look, you know, what's the best part of Christmas? It's not Christmas morning. It's leading up to Christmas, right? The anticipation. And then you open up your presents and it's never, right? It's a big letdown, right? It's never what you think. So, you know, it's the chase. It's the chase. It's not when you drive from New York to L.A. with your family in a station wagon and you get to L.A., it's the adventure between New York and L.A. That's where, you know, and what was I just mentioning earlier about going up for 2 weeks in the woods and chasing down Bigfoot, right? Well, okay.
That's fine.
You may find Bigfoot, but it's also the time spending alone, you know, yourself and your friends and what you learn on the way. So it's the journey, you know, it's the quest, right? I think is the most important part for all of us. So do I want to find out? I don't know. I don't know if I guess it would be cool.
Okay.
But, you know.
But why am I questing the deep state part of multi-universe? Why am I questing the multiverse? Why am I questing the higher self?
Well, what's the alternative? What's the alternative? Not to? Well, that's boring.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I got you. I understand that, but every day I wake up and I say to myself,
right.
I listen to you all the time, and I say to myself, well, wait a minute. What is the multiverse? We have all these questions that has not been answered to us. But I keep going and going, and it's like weird, like I need that answered to me, and there's no answers. So, like you just said, let it go.
Enjoy the journey, Cynthia.
Exactly.
Let me.
I got you.
Okay. All right. There you go. And Cynthia, have a great, safe, fun, and amazing Thanksgiving. Okay.
You too, and your family, and Rita, and your girls. Love you.
Love you right back, Cynthia.
Okay.
Thank you so much. See, this is, and what I was going to get to with Cynthia is this. This is the most amazing thing that you can wrap your mind around. And I've been talking about this more and more and more over the last few years. But wrap your mind around this. In the last 10 years, 10 short, little, itty-bitty, tiny little years, we have found out so much about our universe, what is going on out there with dark matter, dark energy, the expansion of the universe, the amount of galaxies and planets and stars and all of it that we are finding out, we don't have any answers for. Physicists, astrophysicists, theoretical physicists, string theorists, all of it, quantum mechanics, quantum theory, all of it. The more that they discover, and especially in the last 10 years, they don't have answers for anything. And they thought that they were getting a grip. We don't know nothing. Nothing. So trying to figure out, look, I'm telling you right now, the Big Bang, all of that, going back to the Big Bang, all of that, all of those ideas, and trust me, if you're listening to me right now and you want to dispute, you want to fight, you want to argue with what I'm saying, you are wrong. And it's that everything is just thrown out the window now. All of it. All of it. We don't know nothing. Right now, right now, the known universe, when I say the known universe, what we can see, so much of it is expanding so fast and at the speed of light or greater, we can't even see it anymore. It's gone, it's out, it's past, it's disappearing. We don't even know. So the part that we do see, and it is expanding so fast, we didn't even understand this. And now, right now, 96, 97, maybe 98% of the universe is dark energy, dark matter. That's it. And we don't even understand the majority of everything that is out there. We don't know. We don't understand gravity. There are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 forces in this universe right now, and we don't understand any of it, down to the nuclear level. Electrons and protons, we don't know nothing. We don't understand quarks. We don't understand any of it. Any of it. So I have no clue. None. And there isn't a physicist on this planet that understands does not have a clue. All right, with that, let's go back to the phones. I'll stay on that soapbox forever. It's amazing to me how we have gotten here with all of this. Let's go to area code 406. You're up next. Who's calling? Lost that phone call. But we don't understand. We don't understand. It is so funny for me to listen to, and I do this every single night, every single day. You can sit down. One of the things that any of you should do, if you ever get Rita alone, go, how much does Jimmy really listen to physicists? How much does he really study? How much does he? And she's going to go, man, it does not stop. It doesn't stop. Okay? And listening to these physicists talk, argue, throw out their theories and try to figure out what's going on, it's amazing, because you would think that all of their math, all of the equations, all of the speculations and theories and figuring things out, that they would understand what's going on. The more that they look to the skies, the more that they study gravity waves, I feel so sorry, so bad. Everything that Einstein presented with relativity gave a basis for all of the physicists to base everything on and to research. One, to either prove or disprove the theory, right? The more that everybody has moved along here, there are certain parts of Einstein that are rock solid, right? Newton too as well, but there's certain things that are rock solid. The rest of it is out. It's out. When you start to get into the quantum side of things, quantum theory and quantum mechanics, string theory, all of the theoretical physics of all of this, and the pure physics and the astrophysics of it, and the pure astronomy too as well, the less that we know. These guys, when string theory really started to grab hold about 10 years ago, when that really started, there are physicists today, and I'm talking about, really, like Lawrence Krauss and Brian Greene. You should go and listen to some of their presentations. Fascinating stuff. And the more that you listen, you find out with each one of these physicists, and I'm talking to you directly right now, Cynthia. You find out with each one of these physicists that in the last 10 years, the last 5 years, they've learned so much that they are now doing exactly what we do here. They're questioning everything. It's like everything that they had learned, all of those equations, all of those late nights, all of the math and trying to make things work where they thought that they were getting close to something, it's all gone now. It's all gone. They are literally trying to figure this out. Now, getting to the questions of, seriously, of just the basics of time, of other dimensions, of the multiverse, the expansion of the universe, dark matter. This is what's really puzzling. Every positive, there's a negative, right? You've got this basic concept here. Every positive, there's a negative. And we go back to the beginning of everything. And theoretically speaking, wouldn't there have been the creation of both? Right? Everything balanced. But when antimatter and matter touch, they annihilate themselves. Right? Okay. And this is pretty accepted, right? Well, then how are we here? How are we here? How is it possible? Is there a dark matter, antimatter cloud out there? Right? That could just wipe out everything as it moves throughout the universe, throughout space? How are we here if that is indeed the case? So then you back it up, and now this is where the physicists go, well, maybe there was just one extra particle of matter. And as the seconds clicked by, it just overtook, and it was just a little bit more, just that little bit. And as everything was created, it overpowered everything. Antimatter and matter still eliminated themselves, but there was enough matter left over to create everything. Right? Does that make sense? I don't know. Right? But I can tell you right now, physicists, theoretical physicists, astrophysicists, they don't know. They're trying to figure this stuff out. And now that we know, with the expansion of the universe right now, and with the dark energy, which we can't see, we can't measure it, we can't photograph it, but we know that this has to be there because of the expansion of the universe, and it is increasing in speed. It's a mind-blowing concept. And eventually, a billion years from now, 2 billion years from now, we quite simply, the universe will expand to the point where there's going to be nothing around us. We're going to be alone, right? Alone. There's going to be nothing there. Now, if you take that concept, which now, today, is being it's more and more accepted today that is indeed the case. It was just 20 short years ago, 30 short years ago that we thought that it was going to expand and then gravity was going to take over and suck it all back together and repeat the Big Bang. And that was, that was like accepted. That's what everybody, it makes sense. So we thought that eventually the universe was going to expand as far as it could go. Gravity would take over, suck it all back in, right back to a singularity, boom, repeat, rinse and repeat. And that isn't the case now. That time, it may not reverse back on itself. That time is actually a one-way street. Time is a one-way street that the universe is just going to expand to infinity. Possibly overlap with other universes that are out there, and what's going to happen there when that occurs, don't know. But these are the things, Cynthia. So when I sit and contemplate this, the Creator, right? I have no idea. I don't. What my gut feeling is that everything is so old with our universe, so old, and there was something before us too as well, so old that there is an accumulation of knowledge that goes back forever. And forever is a long time. When I say forever, I mean without end. So the accumulation of knowledge, it's out there and it does exist. It has to. Is it expanding or is it just there? I'm not sure I understand the question. Is it expanding or is it just there? Certainly, Big Bang Theory. What was that? Hold on. Big Bang Theory, evolution theory, none proven. Big Bang Theory, evolution theory. Yeah. I would say that is correct. There are some out there that, what's really funny, when I started discussing some of these ideas, probably 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, when I started to touch upon this, I started to get a lot of email from anthropologists and archaeologists and evolution people out there and physicists that were arguing with me. They leave me alone now. They leave me alone. I think that with a lot of the professional academics out there, where they are taught a certain thing in school, and they go and they live their lives, and you're established. And I understand that, right? You're set in your ways. But after listening to a show like this, why are they listening? Well, they're listening because they're wondering, right? They're starting to question things, and somehow they stumble upon this show. And for somebody to say that, I'm an educated this and this and this, and you're wrong, and then that stops, and it has pretty much completely stopped now. I'm not a professional academic. Okay, what I do is research, and I've researched enough of it now to find out, hearing from, a wide range of people out there at the tops of science, that they are starting to find out that they just don't know. And I love it. Scientists and philosophers getting, that's the other part of this that I find interesting. Thank you for actually pointing that out. That's from Eric Stitt, the artist. When philosophers and scientists and physicists get together and they clash, I think they're starting to listen to each other now. It's a fascinating time to be alive. I have no idea, Cynthia, what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't. the more that I find out and the more that I listen, I know that we've got answers that we need. We've got to get to the questions are just mounting and mounting and mounting. To have everything so established for so many years, to have it all tipped over and going up on end in the last 10 years is fascinating. Fascinating. Science has no clue. Science has no clue. And that, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I think the journey that we are on trying to figure all of this out is one of the funnest things. Trying to get to the end of this. I mean, what if? And I've got to wrap this and get our Thanksgiving week started here. But what if some crazy stuff came to light? And I'm talking about another dimension, beyond time, right? A fifth dimension, a parallel world. Science is talking about it now, but I'm talking about what if, right? Somebody just steps out and goes, hey, I'm from over there, and I'm here, and now let's talk. Holy crap, right? And I think we're right there. We are on the edge of all of that. Oh, man. All right. I could do this all night long. I mean, you know what I should do? I should probably do this. And I'll take the time. I should probably just do a full show of my head, of my mind, and just lay it out there, because I'm into this. I'm fully into it, and I know we're on the brink, man. We are on the brink. So that's it. I want everybody to have a great, safe, fun, amazing Thanksgiving. We'll be hanging out on Twitter and social media, and we'll be posting some pictures, and we'll be cooking and doing our stuff. And I want you to do the same. Okay, so everybody just have a great, fun, amazing week. We'll see you guys on Monday. We've got a great week set up for next week, and I can't wait to make those announcements. And that's it. I'm going to shut this studio down, and I'm going to go home and start cooking with Rita and see what she's got going on. You, everybody, behave, be safe, be well. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thanksgiving is here. Gobble, gobble. All right, go do it. Have a great time. And we'll check in with you on social over the next few days. Fade to Black's executive producers, Rita Camarion. Shows produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee Dennis, and Bob. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR and the Game Changer Network. This broadcast only copyrighted 2018 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. Cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. I've said it enough, so go and do it. Be safe. Go Beckley Tepe.